Welcome to Stock Daily. As of Monday evening, August 4th, Eastern Time, all four major indices rebounded, recovering some of last week's losses. The Russell 2000 index performed well today, rising by 0.24%. Last week's decline touched the first defense level, and today's rally has covered that ground. Many investors may now be wondering whether the market has stopped falling or if it is too late to get in. It is important not to place too much emphasis on 1 or 2 days of market moves or draw conclusions too early. Intraday fluctuations can be random, but key price levels are not. Today's rebound came on low volume, and the S&P 500 faces resistance not far above. Whether this becomes a sustained rally or a rebound that gets sold into will take more time to determine. If the S&P breaks above 640, it would indicate continued upward momentum, closing the near-term window for a downturn. Conversely, if a larger volume sell-off occurs and the index falls below 6,180, it would suggest the retracement will continue. Today's move should not be taken as a trend signal. Approach it with a calm mindset. In other market developments, crude oil prices faced selling pressure this morning after President Trump stated that India purchased large amounts of Russian crude and resold it for profit. He plans to significantly increase tariffs on Indian imports to the U.S., though details remain unclear. In trade news, the EU will suspend countermeasures against U.S. trade under the Americas Trade Agreement. There were no major economic announcements or Federal Reserve speeches today. However, President Trump announced he will soon appoint a successor to Fed Governor Kugler, whose resignation takes effect August 8th. Known for his neutral stance, Kugler last spoke on July 17th, aligning with the majority view that stable rates are appropriate given rising unemployment and tariff pressures. His early departure is viewed as an effort to avoid political pressure. Market speculation points to a dovish successor, possibly a former Fed official or current NEC Director Kevin Hassett. This has lifted rate cut expectations, with U.S. Treasury prices extending Friday's gains. Berkshire Hathaway's second quarter results, released over the weekend, showed an 8% year-over-year increase in post-tax profit to $121 billion, with a $31 billion stake in Kraft Heinz. Investors were disappointed by the continued lack of share buybacks, a streak dating back to May 2024, suggesting management views the stock as overvalued. The recent underperformance, even as the S&P has risen, stems from two main factors: Buffett's announced retirement at year-end, which has dampened sentiment, and a fiscal 2025 growth outlook that is essentially flat. Historically, similar conditions occurred during the 1999 and 2000 tech bubble, when the Nasdaq 100 doubled while Berkshire fell nearly 50%, only to rebound strongly after the bubble burst. In speculative markets, defensive value stocks often lag but regain support when growth stocks correct. If Berkshire drops below $451, further downside is likely before a prolonged consolidation, potentially creating a buyback opportunity in the third quarter. Based on Buffett's buying history, deeper declines could trigger significant purchases. One company reported second quarter revenue of $5.418 billion, up 72% from a year earlier, but slightly below the $5.517 billion consensus. It guided third quarter revenue to between $5.7 and $5.9 billion, with full-year expectations unchanged. Technicals show strong support below current levels, with a break under 52.30 posing a notable risk and resistance sitting in the $60 to $65 range. Palantir, often referred to as the beat the estimates king, has exceeded analyst revenue expectations in 19 of its 20 quarters since going public. Second quarter revenue topped $1.1 billion, up 40% year-over-year versus 38% expected. U.S. government sales rose 53%, commercial revenue surged 90%, and international government sales grew 30%, though international commercial sales fell 3%. Guidance for the third quarter calls for 50% total revenue growth and 80% adjusted revenue growth, well above market estimates, and the company also raised its full-year outlook. The valuation assumes continued outperformance. Any miss could cause a sharp pullback. History shows that when high-growth names like this revert to more normal growth, their stock prices often revert as well. Tesla shares rose slightly today after several days of declines, on low volume. The board granted Elon Musk a special award of 96 million restricted shares, worth over $20 billion at current prices, contingent on him remaining as a senior leader for 2 years and holding the shares for 5 years, with limited exceptions for taxes. This follows the January 2024 Delaware court decision that voided his previous pay package. The move is widely seen as an effort to keep Musk focused on Tesla amid his other ventures and potential political ambitions. A regulatory filing revealed that Alphabet's Capital G investment arm fully exited its stake in CrowdStrike during the second quarter. The sale had no major impact on Google's share price. AMD bounced modestly today after testing strong support at $166. Earnings are due after the close tomorrow, with a key focus on China sales. I am holding off on any moves until after the report. Today's market action was a low-volume rebound within a larger consolidation range. The key levels remain 6,400 on the upside and 6,188 on the downside, which will determine whether the next major move is higher or lower. As earnings season continues, we will monitor the results closely and provide timely updates. If you found this market update useful, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to Stock Daily so you never miss our daily analysis. Your support helps us bring you timely insights and keep you informed about the trends that matter most. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next update.